Have you ever tried going to the museum by yourself? So I was in London earlier this month, and while I was there, I got to visit the National Gallery and the Tate Modern. And the thing I love about London is that all the museums are free, which, considering it's one of my favorite activities, is a huge sell for me to come back. But while I was there, I noticed there are quite a few kids on school trips, and I couldn't help but place myself there from when I would go on museum trips. And looking back, I'm extremely grateful I got to go as a kid, but going as a class, I remember it always felt like work. That's until I started going alone. So today I want to share with you a few tips I learned along the way that made museum trips a lot more enjoyable for me. And the last one was a huge game changer. Number one, don't pack it into a full itinerary. I think a huge mistake people make is treating the Louvre as a 1 hour activity sandwiched between lunch and a walk to the Eiffel Tower. And I understand the urge to pack an itinerary full of attractions, especially if you're only there a few days. But I found that it always made the days less enjoyable because we'd be rushing through things, and towards the end of the day, we'd be completely exhausted. I always enjoyed my visits a lot better when I'd block off an entire afternoon, for example, and just allowed myself the freedom to stay as long as I wanted to. Number two is to hunt the anchors. Now, this one requires a little bit of research beforehand. What you're going to do is a quick Google search or watch a few videos about the most famous pieces at the museum you're about to visit. And as you make note of 3 to 5 pieces, take some time and learn their story. Who made it? What's their story? Why was this piece made? Before visiting the National Gallery, I did this with The Execution of Lady Jane Grey by French painter Paul Delaroche, and it made finally finding the painting so satisfying. Number 3 is to give yourself permission to skip entire rooms. Going back to the idea of museum trips feeling like work, this is a reminder that you're not in school anymore. If an exhibit isn't interesting to you, just skip it and find something that is. Number 4 is to sit down in front of a work longer than you typically would. Find a piece that you just gravitate towards, ideally not one of the most famous ones because they can usually get pretty busy, but allow yourself to just observe for like 10 minutes. I did this with English painter William Hogarth's The Graham Children at the National Gallery, and I was just admiring the brushwork and the expression on each of the faces. I actually spent a ton of time also just looking at the cat in the corner here. And since this painting was kind of tucked away, I had the painting all to myself. It was really nice. And number 5 is to not wear your headphones. I think this is an easy crutch to fall on when you're by yourself, and on a commute, sure. But my problem listening to music at the museum is that it's distracting and it makes it harder to concentrate on what I'm looking at. It might be a little bit uncomfortable at first, but it's really allowed me to enjoy my visits a lot more, and is actually where I get a lot of inspiration for my videos here. So try out these tips next time you're abroad, or even in your own city. Trust me, it will give you a new way of seeing. If you enjoyed, please like and follow, and I'll see you in the next one.